Hello everyone, welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Emma, I'm an illustrator based in Sheffield and these are my daily-ish vlogs. Today I am just doing a bit of admin because I finally got my delivery of printer paper, which was delivered by DPD, which I've had an absolute nightmare with. Anyway, it was meant to be delivered last week, but because of the snow it couldn't, and then it's just been back and forth, I couldn't do the delivery. I finally got it today. So I'm printing out my calendar, that is a Patreon reward, and my 2 note sheets. I made these note sheets because, hang on. I made these note sheets and offered them as a reward because I really wanted a note sheet, so why not share the love? And I do actually use these printable calendars myself. It's not just a shameless plug to my Patreon, but if you were to sign up on Patreon, I do these rewards every month, so they could be yours too. I'm going to fill in all my bits and bobs on those. I need to rewrite my to-do list, and also I need to order some new sketchbooks because I think I've got like 1 or 2. Let's have a look. Well, I've got 2 of these sketchbooks, but one of them is fully black pages, which is not ideal. So I need to go on Jackson's and order some sketchbooks because I use these ones. The studio sketchbooks are the cheapest ones I've been able to find, and the quality of the paper is actually pretty good. Even though it's not a watercolour paper, it is thick enough to actually deal with quite a lot of watercolour and kind of multimedia use. But like I say, it's not intended for that, so I'm quite pleased to have found a cheap sketchbook for the low prices. So I'm going to do that now, and later on I have an optician's appointment. So you can probably come with me to that as well. Help me choose some new glasses maybe. We'll have a look at them. I hate trying on new glasses, even though I definitely need to, because this side doesn't close down anymore like this one. So glasses normally close down like that. This one doesn't. I've had to super glue it because they broke and I'm poor, but the time has come. I think I need new glasses. So I'm going to go on Jackson's, order some sketchbooks, have some lunch, and then let's just see where the day takes us. Go and have some lunch now. I should say, before I carry on and have some lunch, is that if you've never used Jackson's before and you would like to use Jackson's, I have an affiliate link which I signed up for on my own. They haven't approached me. I was using them anyway, and I signed up to their affiliate scheme because I have a YouTube channel and I can share the love with you. If you've never used Jackson's before and you click through my link before you purchase anything from them, they'll give you 10% off your first order. And however you use them, whether it's your first time or you've used them before, if you buy anything after clicking my link, then you'll be supporting me a little bit without it costing you anything extra. I think I get about 5% back on every order that I direct their way. And like I say, Jacksons haven't approached me, they're not paying me to say this. I was using them anyway, and I saw that they had an affiliate scheme and I signed up because of that, and I still use them. I like how they've made strides with their plastic-free packaging. The only time that they kind of cover things in plastic is when they're sending sketchbooks and stuff, but mostly it's compostable and recyclable, so that's good. But yeah, so if you've never used them before, you get 10% off your first order with them, which is nice. But no obligation, you don't have to. It's the link's in my video description if you do want to, but no obligation at all. Okay, I'm back home from the opticians. I'm sorry I didn't film any glasses, but by the time my optician's appointment was finished, because they do a really thorough eye test at my opticians, by the time it was finished, it was nearly closing time. I had a chance to have a look through a couple of glasses, and most of them made me look like Harry Potter's female twin, which is a vibe, but I don't know if it's what I'm going for. So, we'll see. I'm going to pop back later on in the week or the month, probably later on in the month because I'm pretty busy this week, and have a proper look. So I'll take you guys along there. But there are also a few opticians up and down where I live, so I might have a look in those ones too, because, you know, it's nice to have options and you can take your prescription to other opticians. So I might do that. So yeah, I didn't film in there. Also, it was baking hot and my face had gone like a radish, and every pair of glasses that I put on made it look like I was dressing up a pumpkin. So it wasn't a good look for YouTube. Not that this is any better, but I mean, at least I'm cozy. It is late now, it's dinner time. I have really done very little today. I spent a little bit of time just finishing off the tidy thumbnails that I was doing for the children's book I've been thumbnailing up. And I think I'm going to continue on my iPad, just while dinner's in the oven, working on some rough ideas for a story that I've got about a pigeon. It's a pigeon that I sketched up in my sketchbook, and I think there's a story there. I've been developing it a little bit, but you know, I think I just need a little bit of time to play around with some ideas about like how it might look on the page, which is why thumbnailing is so great. If you don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, I'm on the traditional publishing journey. So I self-published my own children's book in 2020 called Our Dave. And since then, I've done a few publishing courses, illustration courses, and I think I want to start pursuing traditional publishing. If you want to know why I am going down the traditional publishing route rather than focusing wholly on self-publishing, I haven't given up self-publishing altogether, but rather than focusing 100% on self-publishing, I will link a video at the end of this video. And if you don't see any videos pop up here, I'll link it in the video description, so go and have a look there. And that explains, in my eyes, self-publishing versus traditional publishing, and why, it might explain a little bit why I'm pursuing traditional publishing. But basically, because I'm on that journey, and I'm on the journey to try and find an agent, as well as publishers, I'm trying to thumbnail out rough ideas for books that I've got in my head, so that when I approach an agent, when I approach publishers, I can go, here, I've thumbnailed rough versions of these stories out, and then they'll be able to see that I've got more under my belt. They'll be able to see a kind of rough idea of what's going on in my head. So they don't just take my word for it, like, oh, I've got loads of ideas for books. I can say, look, here's a rough version. If you're doing this yourself, be prepared for your rough version in your thumbnails. Be prepared for that to change. You know, don't get too stuck on the idea that this is the finished thing, which is why it's good to keep check on how detailed your thumbnails are. You don't want them to be too detailed, and I know I am tidying up my thumbnails at the moment, but that's more because I've scribbled ideas down, and what I think might look like a tree to someone else might not equate. So I'm just making sure the things that I've drawn look a little bit more like what I'm drawing, but I'm keeping it very simple. So yeah, thumbnails are good, but yeah, be aware that your rough ideas, keep them rough, and be prepared for them to change in the negotiation process. Sorry, this has been a bit of kind of non-video today. Sometimes days be like that. Sometimes days are like that. I still feel very red. It's so hot in that optician. I took my padded jacket, and it was so much warmer outside than this house makes me feel. It's a lot colder inside my house than it is outside, basically. And yeah, I was dressed for the wrong weather. But I'm going to leave this video here. I'm going to get my iPad out and carry on with a few playing arounds with the new idea, but I can't show you that because, you know, I just can't. I'm afraid, not at this stage. So I'm going to leave this video here before I talk your ear off, and I'll catch you in the next one. So until then, bye.